Well, good afternoon. My name's Brett Kelly, the founder and CEO of Kelly Partners Group Holdings Limited, listed on the ASX since June 2017 under the ticker KPG. And it's great to be with the Investors Network today to share a little bit about our story. For people interested in understanding the company, I refer you to our Kelly Partners Group website, where you'll find an owner's manual that'll give you a real overview of the business. So we're really inspired by four amazing business leaders and their businesses. Berkshire for a holding company with permanent capital, the long-term view. LVMH for its ability to buy older businesses and modernize them and energize them. Constellation Software for its approach to programmatic software, and Ogilvy for building a global professional services network. And I guess I'd emphasize the quote from Charlie Munger that all Berkshire's done and does is copy the right people. So at Kelly Partners, since our inception in June 2006, that's been our approach, is to find the right heroes and focus on what would they do if they were in the accounting industry. So the accounting industry certainly needs a modern approach. Both my wife and Rebecca and I, who co-founded the firm, had worked in accounting firms and noticed that they didn't behave like professional businesses or modern professional businesses. And so the question was, how could they be operated better? The problems that we saw were around leadership and succession, leadership having a team to execute the things that they knew needed to be done, and then attracting talent through having a modern approach, a talent-based brand, improving profitability and performance of those businesses. So if you had bought Kelly Partners stock in June 2017 when we listed, you would have had now nearly 7 times or nearly 8 times your money return as a total shareholder return, and certainly placing us well against other comps. You'll notice that we've compounded our earnings at 20% a year for 8 years in a row come June. We've doubled the company on average every 3.2 years. And so in order to do that, you need to have a system. We have a clear business system based on our 4 core values. So make people better off by wanting the best for others, doing what we say, and acting as a team. A business model that is a modern approach to accounting, a 51-49 partner-owner-driver between our holding company and the underlying businesses. There's 34 operating businesses today, nearly 600 people, 95 equity partners, and a central progress team of 35 people that actually helps these businesses operate. We've done now more than nearly 50 transactions/partnerships where we're bringing firms into our group, and there's still an addressable market of nearly 50,000 firms across the world that could join our group. The firm is consistently rated as a great place to work with a 90% Net Promoter Score. Our services are annuity revenue in their nature. Last year's revenue was 86.5. We expect this year's will be about 105. So we will have grown about another 30% by revenue. We've averaged a revenue CAGR of 30% a year for 18 years. And our client NPS is +70 in an industry where the average is 18. Our gross margins are twice the industry average. Our return on invested capital, return on equity, and owner earnings or free cash flow per share are very strong. So financial metrics are very obvious. But fundamentally, the business is a mission-driven organization, an industry-leading disruptor, operating a highly attractive accounting services market in need of consolidation, an exceptional track record of disciplined founder-led growth, pursuing programmatic acquisitions to drive profitability and returns, annuity-style revenue, unique partner-owner-driver model of 51-49. So it's not a roll-up. It's a business that owns a 51% interest in businesses that we rebrand under one brand, one IT network, one approach to marketing and client service and people attraction and development. There's very significant continued runway for growth in Australia and offshore. And we've got a founder-led company with proven ability where our internal stakeholders, myself and our internal people own 58% of the listed company. So certainly plenty of skin in the game. This is the situation that partners find themselves in. There's 12 parts of an accounting firm, and in their spare time, they need to do many of these parts, service clients, look after people, and do a bit of IT on the side, a bit of marketing on the side, etc. Our central progress team charges a fee and delivers 9 of these 12 parts to the organisations to free up a significant amount of partners' time and make their life much, much better. So at the heart of the model is that we are doubling profits of the firms we buy into, reducing their working capital by 2/3, and reducing the number of activities that the partners are responsible for by 75%. Our partners are responsible for their people, clients, and growth, so what we call brand leadership. But all these other things are handled by a team that's paid for by our firms. There's significant runway for growth in Australia and also globally in the United States and the United Kingdom. We've now got 2 offices in California, and we are trying to build Australia's global accounting firm, and we're doing okay. We'd be in the top 15 firms, I expect, this year in Australia, and we're just starting to grow here in the US. If you look at the growth of the firm, it's been very steady over time, doubling consistently. You can see there the firm has doubled 5 times since inception, and that's because the business has a proven business system and just knows how to do that, and has built that operational expertise. In terms of how to ultimately grow the business, we're taking our partner-owner-driver model, and we're building a growth partnership platform where we can target other secondary markets, and we're targeting global growth. It's significant that where people have failed in these businesses, it's because they've done 100% roll-up. Our structure is to not roll anything up, but rather to have a 51-49 partnership with our operating partners. The company has grown free cash flow per share very consistently since IPO, giving an 8-time return to our investors over that time. And you'll notice there that we shrunk the number of shares on issue from 45,497,181 shares in 2017 to just 45 million shares on issue today. 19% recurring revenue growth, and strong owner earnings growth per share. So for those investors interested in what we consider the ultimately defensive business that has proven that it can continually grow, if you have any questions, certainly reach out and we'll see if we can answer those questions. I'll leave you with our summary that when investors have said to me, Brett, can you explain Kelly Partners in 10 seconds? They're typically very much interested in the numbers. We think that by getting the mission of the business, the values of the business, and the vision of the business right, with a clear strategy and a clear structure, then you do the operational parts where you get numbers. But for those that are primarily interested in the numbers, you can see that the dials are green. There's a 35% return on equity, more than 20% return on invested capital. And we've been doing this for a long time. EBITDA margins over 30% historically on average, and 100% cash conversion with strongly growing operating cash flows in it, and frankly, moderately to under-geared balance sheet. So we consider the business a defensive business capable of growing at a revenue CAGR of 30% a year, and we encourage anyone who's got any questions just to be in touch. And we look forward to welcoming you as a quality shareholder who will treat as a partner in the business. Thanks so much for your time today.